Hi everybody, how's it going? Thanks for watching. I'm in our heifer barn here this afternoon. The heifers that are going to the fair will be going there this evening. Going to load them up at around 6:30 here this evening. Ian's got soccer at 5, and then when he's done with that at 10 to 6, we're gonna come load these heifers up. They're all cleaned up, shined up, ready to go. They'll wash them again once they get to the fair, but they trimmed them and washed them here the other day. Just getting some bales set out for them at the fair. So we got some bales of straw, some bags of feed for these younger heifers, and then I'm going to put a few buckets out for the older heifers of protein pellets. But kids did a good job. Kids and parents did most of the work probably, but good job cleaning them up, making them all look nice. So they'll be going there tonight. It's Tuesday today, and they will be there through Friday. So we've got the fair going on this week here in town. And then I think I did mention it before, but some of these heifers will stay in this pen after this Friday because they'll be going to the state fair in July. Actually not sure at this point how many are going. I think it's two. I think it's maybe 3 or 4, but hey girl. Aye. Ow. Trying to bite a chunk out of my hand or out of my arm. But that's what we've got going on here this afternoon. We've been working on the belt on our sand shooter. I had to go get some bolts. We replaced the whole front belt. I can show you guys that maybe here in a second. But we need to put some more rubber guarding to try to keep some more sand on that belt, and I just went to pick up some bolts for that. I'll show you guys that here in a second. I didn't end up going to soccer. I actually went and picked Elise up. Instead of taking her to soccer for an hour in the sun and the heat, she's with me here for a little bit, and then we're gonna swap kids here after 6, and Ian and Eli are gonna come with me and drop the heifers off in town. So Elise is with me here. Elise, hey, 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 who's that? Who's that? Is that Elise? Who's that? So we just went and looked at the calves and the heifers, and I thought I would just show you guys this here quick while I've got some time. So we replaced this whole front belt, everything, the mount, all the guarding. This is still from our old belt, but everything else on this belt, the belt itself, the whole mount we replaced. The old one is over here. There wasn't really a whole lot left of it. Metal's getting pretty thin. This was all worn through. This mount was actually busted off. It was time to replace, and I actually ordered this new one probably 2 months ago, and it just came here last week. So it was not a week too late by the looks of it, because this was not going to last a whole lot longer. This is still original, 16 years old, so it's seen a lot of sand in its day. So now this new one here is a little different. For the most part it's the same, but some of the idler wheels are a little different, a little more heavy than what that one was. And we did run into a little bit of trouble. There were some things that didn't fit right, like this guard went all the way in, which wouldn't let us put this on, so we had to cut that off. And the only other thing we still have to fix, and I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see this here. Can't really see it, looks like. There's where the cylinder mounts to, I don't know why that's so dark. Where the cylinder mounts to there on the side of the belt, that mount is in a little bit of a different spot. So now this belt doesn't tilt as high on the one side and tilts way too high on the other side. So we need to move the mount on the bottom, which is not a big deal. And then we spun that cylinder around both ways so that the hoses were in a different spot relative to the belt. And then this belting that we just bolted on here on both sides, this is not factory, so we added this. We added this on our other one, we added it on this one, and it comes all the way down to the belt, pretty much touches the belt, and that'll wear over time with us using it right up to the belt, but just helps keep all of that sand on that belt, because the biggest issue with these is if that sand is allowed to get off the side, it gets inside the belt and then it wrecks those drive wheels and idler wheels, and that's when you have trouble with these things. So we're just trying to keep all that sand on the belt. Overall, still in pretty good condition considering it's 16 years old. It gets used every day. Everything still works on it for the most part. Controls are in the tractor, and it actually sits on a how old is this tractor? It's a model year 2000, so in theory 25 years old. Original tractor we brought with us from the Netherlands when we moved to Canada and then to here. So this unit still gets used every day, or just about every day. Sometimes we bed 2 pens in one day and then maybe not the next, but typically used every day, 7 days a week, which is pretty good for this equipment. But hopefully with this rubber on here, that'll help keep some of the sand on, because I could tell right away. We didn't put this on right away. I wanted to see how it did, but you get a lot of sand that comes on the belt and makes its way this way, and then it makes its way down inside the belt. And as abrasive and rough sand is on everything, it just wrecks all the internal parts, which we want to try to avoid. But I'll maybe end this video with us showing how we bed our cows with this piece of equipment. It was a pretty big difference with how far this belt shoots into the beds, because we bed head to heads from one side, so we have to be able to shoot. We have to be able to shoot across, over, all the way over into the far bed, into the head to heads. And I think this drive wheel is just a touch bigger than it was on the old one. That seems to make and plus it's all new now. Everything works better when it's new, so that probably makes a difference too. But we'll show you guys that here probably tomorrow, if I get the chance to. Should we go home, girl? You want to go home? Who's that? Who's that? Is that Elise? Is that Elise? It's a few days later. Ian is at soccer, so Taryn and Eli and Ian are there, and Elise is with me for an hour and a half before we go home and have supper. I didn't end the video, so didn't really have anything to add. Just wanted to show you guys from the other side. So when we put bedding in, we're always in that other alley, and we need to shoot that sand all the way across to this side where these cows are laying. So it's part of the reason why we need that belt to function properly, because otherwise we don't put any bedding on this side. Since changing that belt and replacing that whole setup, it's been working good. We're able to get the sand all the way across to this side. So that's been a good change or a good upgrade, but don't really have anything else to add. If you guys have questions, comments, post them down below. Appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.